They thought she was just a mom, until she took him down in 14 seconds. At first glance, there was nothing extraordinary about her. She wore secondhand jeans, simple sneakers, a hoodie faded at the sleeves. She walked alone, always early, always quiet. To the world, she was invisible, and that was how she preferred it. Her name was Sarah Miller, and for nearly 4 years she had lived unnoticed in a cramped apartment on the south side of Dorchester, Boston, the kind of place where stories went to sleep, but not hers. Every morning, Sarah rode the T 2 stops to the VA Rehabilitation Center, not as a patient, as a therapist. She spent her days kneading life back into old muscles, broken bodies, fractured limbs, stubborn scar tissue, veterans like her. Except they didn't know she was one of them.
You've got steel fingers, Miss Sarah.
Only on Tuesdays.
She wore a chain around her neck, a small tag hidden under layers of cotton. Not hers, her father's. He died in Fallujah, a Marine, just like she had been. But no one knew that. Not even the ones she healed. 4 years ago, Sarah Miller walked off a C-17 at Andrews Air Force Base with a crushed hip, 2 ruptured discs, and shrapnel near her lung. What they didn't do was X-ray, was the part of her that didn't want to come back. She had been a gunnery sergeant in the U.S. Marine Corps, specialized in close-quarters combat training. 8 years, 5 deployments, countless cadets under her guidance, dozens who didn't return. But now, in the civilian world, no one asked what she used to be. They asked if she wanted whipped cream in her coffee or if she needed help carrying groceries. And that was the hardest part. It was Wilson who nudged her back to the mat. Warrant Officer James Wilson, retired, crippled knees, silver beard, and a grip like a vice. He spotted her during a rotation at the VA.
You used to fight.
Doesn't mean I still can.
Doesn't mean you can't, either.
He trained at the old community center on Magnolia Street. 2 rooms, frayed mats, a single heavy bag hanging from rusted chains. There, Sarah rolled again, quietly, reluctantly, until her body started to remember.
Leverage, not force. You're not bigger. You're smarter. Breathe, Sarah. Breathe before they do.
And she did. Each Tuesday and Thursday night, Sarah bled out the war, one grapple at a time. On the corner of Tremont Avenue stood a different kind of dojo. Shiny, loud, Instagram ready. Apex Jiu-Jitsu Academy. She signed up anonymously. No mention of rank, no medals, no history, just another beginner with an old duffel bag and quiet eyes.
Welcome to Apex. Let's see what Grandma can do.
Blake Thompson, lead instructor, former MMA fighter turned full-time showboat. He taught technique with his mouth more than his hands, and the moment he saw Sarah, he saw someone he could make an example of. He tripped her in front of the class, twice, and called it correction. Others laughed. She got up without a word.
Some people just don't know when to quit. But hey, it's cute she's trying.
He called her Mommy Warrior, assigned her to clean mats after class, hiked her tuition without warning, isolated her during drills. She could have walked. She didn't.
I don't need his respect, just his underestimation.
What they didn't know, what Blake couldn't imagine, was that Sarah never trained to prove anything to them. She trained for those who never came home. For every Marine she'd held in her arms, for her father, who never made it back from his final tour.
Again, you're telegraphing the shoulder.
Fix it in 3 reps.
You finally talking like a gunny again.
She trained every night. Wilson tweaked her footwork, her counters, her patience. Her strength came not from size, but the refusal to yield. By the 3rd month, Sarah was moving with the quiet precision of a blade in mist.
And then she signed up for the Boston Open Jiu-Jitsu tournament, using her legal name. No academy affiliation, no belt ranking, just the truth. Sarah, quietly.
Let's see if skill matters more than status.
Sarah, I just got a call. You're competing?
I paid the fee. No rule against that.
You don't have Blake's approval, and he says...
Is this a gym or a cult?
Maxwell Reed didn't care about fairness. He cared about optics. And the optics were messy.
You'll embarrass the team. You're not the right kind of representative.
You're right. I don't represent you. I represent resilience.
Next up, women's open weight division. Stand by for bracket adjustments. A competitor had withdrawn, medical disqualification, which opened one more spot in the black belt men's exhibition bracket. And based on skill assessments, the next eligible alternate was Sarah Miller.
What the hell is this? She's not even ranked.
I vouch for her. Former gunnery sergeant, close combat instructor, more hours on the mat than your whole roster combined.
It was the first time anyone had heard her title spoken aloud. Not mom, not cleaning lady, not joke, but sergeant. Match 1, Blake Thompson versus Sarah Miller.
You're dead.
They stepped onto the mat, Sarah in a plain black gi, Blake in his sponsored rash guard, logos, swagger, and all.
Ready? Fight.
She lunged first, wide stance, overconfident. She sidestepped, secured his collar, pivoted low. 7 seconds, takedown. 9 seconds, transition. 14 seconds, joint lock.
Tap! It's over.
Blake rolled away, red-faced, humiliated. He didn't look at her, didn't speak, didn't stay. You waited. You earned it.
I didn't need to beat him. I just needed the world to see me.
By morning, the video had hit 2 million views. Marine demolishes sexist coach in 14 seconds. She was the underdog no one saw coming. This is what silence training looks like. Blake Thompson's ego didn't just crack, it shattered. Sponsors dropped him, the local news picked it up, and parents started asking, is this who we're paying to teach our kids respect?
Sarah, look. What Blake did, it was unprofessional. We're taking action.
And I'm leaving.
No, wait. We want to offer you a position. Lead our women's program, full salary, new branding, clean slate.
You're not my redemption arc. I already redeemed myself.
An internal review followed. Student testimonials, footage, and HR records revealed a long list of complaints against Blake. Most of them never filed, because no one believed they'd be heard. It's not abuse, it's grit. If they can't handle it, they don't belong on the mat. Blake Thompson was disqualified from teaching martial arts under USAJJ authority indefinitely. His name became a warning, not a banner. Sarah returned to where it all started, the VA Rehabilitation Center, except this time, she brought more than her hands. She launched a pilot program called Grounded Grace, a blend of trauma-informed therapy and self-defense, tailored for veterans, especially women, dealing with PTSD, loss of agency, or physical injury.
I didn't think I could ever trust my body again.
You don't need to fight for survival anymore. Now we train to reclaim.
Enrollment tripled in 3 months. The VA backed it, then private donors stepped in. Sarah never chased fame, but her impact spoke. One afternoon, while folding uniforms, Sarah felt a presence behind her.
Hey, do you remember me?
Sarah turned. The voice had changed, but the face hadn't. Claire, one of Blake's former star students, the same girl who once whispered that Sarah didn't belong.
I remember.
I was wrong about everything, and I'm trying to be better.
Good. Because there's a girl walking in here tomorrow who thinks she's not enough. She'll need you.
Claire became her first volunteer. Eventually, she enrolled in physical therapy school, and one day, Sarah stopped hiding the dog tag. She wore it openly, above her collar, for the first time, not as a burden, but as a banner.
Whose name is that?
My father's. But it's also a reminder
Of what?
of that even when the world forgets who you are, you don't have to.
Sarah never stood on a podium, never gave a viral TED Talk. She didn't need applause. Her strength wasn't loud. It didn't wear medals. It wore patience and bruises and grit. But through every fall, every laugh, every insult and rolled mat, she never raised her voice, only her standard.
I don't fight to dominate. I fight to remember who I am and to help others remember who they are too.
This was the story of a woman who taught the world that real power is quiet, but it never backs down.